Hello Dumaguete, hello Negros Oriental, and hello Sillimanians around the world. On behalf of Ronelyn Vailoces-No, this is Joshua Soldivillo and you're watching #Silliman. This is a magazine show that talks about different aspects of Silliman University, a program initiated to discuss different matters concerning the campus by the sea. You're watching #Silliman. Mayang gabi sa tanan, Sillimanians and friends of Silliman around the world. Daghang salamat for making #Silliman as your Monday night company friends, TGIM. Thank God it's Monday, and here in #Silliman, we're so happy that you are joining us via Channel 6 Phil Products, and of course our viewers via our YouTube channel and on our Facebook page. Daghan kayong salamat. And it's still August, and this means that we're celebrating Buwan ng Wika. We're also celebrating the commencement of classes for the brand new academic year, and we are celebrating, of course, this month our Founders Day event. Ang daming ganap, ang daming celebration, and we just have to thank God for all of these opportunities to celebrate. And of course, this celebration will not be possible without our student government. Of course, backstage, front stage, lahat, left at saka right. And to unpack to us the details for the opening of classes as well as for the Founders Day celebration, we have invited your student government officers, particularly the president and the new president and the new vice president. This is their first television appearance after their victory. All right. Of course, allow me to introduce first your new SUSG vice president. We have Timothy Libres. Tim, congratulations and welcome to #Silliman.
Thank you, sir. It means so much to be here now. It's Enrica and I now. Wow!
Wala ka nag-brief na backstage. And of course, we have your new president. We have Enrica, Mariam, Dinopol. Enrica, welcome back to #Silliman.
Hello again,
Congratulations.
Sir. Thank you so much. Mayong gabi inyong tanan. We're excited to share to you a little bit of our time here today with you guys.
Wow, time flies so fast, right, guys? And I think weeks ago we're just talking about your candidacy, your platform, and finally you are now officially elected, and hence the incumbent president and vice president of our student government in the university. So first things first, how does it feel to be passed on with the torch? And are you already stressed? What are the exciting opportunities? And at the same time, generally, what's on your mind right now?
Nakatulog na ba ka, Tim? Ay,
Wala pa na guys, sir, pero it's okay.
It's okay,
It's
right?
okay.
So recently, Tim and I think we can share the same emotion that so far, because we're working with so many people. We have 23 different executive committees, and we have so many Sillimanians on board with us for this school year and this journey with us. And it's really been very, very fulfilling sa heart. Although, without a doubt, walay tulog, walay unsa ni kaon sometimes, pero of course mag-remind ta mga unta mo kagabi inasad. So mo importante.
But what matters most, labi na sir, no, ka ng mga times na we don't get to eat, sometimes we miss those things. It's really nice that Enrica is always there for me to remind me that, oh, Tim, it's time to eat, in the same way that I remind her to do those things. Kay, of course, we won't be able to function if we're not able to eat and do the necessary things that, us humans usually
Nangita
do.
po dahil kung ma-remind na po to eat.
Sige, so this is your reminder to eat if wala pa mo nakain.
So,
Anyway.
mga Phil Products viewers, if you need someone to remind, kung gusto mo remind kang Sir Josh, then feel free to remind him.
Yes, well, I will remind you to don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel because we have a growing community. Let's increase our subscription there. But anyway, let's talk about opening of classes. Generally, guys, how do you feel about starting the new school year? Because for us, for example, for teachers, of course, we're excited to meet new students. We're excited to learn who will be our students. At the same time, we're also excited in terms of the new dynamics, no? So how about you as students? How does it feel when it comes to opening of classes? Do you feel like, bitin pa? Or July lang kahapon, ngayon August na. I mean, how do you feel generally in terms of opening of classes?
Well, for me personally, when it comes to opening of classes, I'm very excited.
Excited.
Especially in meeting new professors, not meeting new classmates because we're just a few of our in our department, but meeting new professors and be able to learn a lot more things, especially in my field of study, which is mass communication. And to the certain extent that I even prepare asking notes from my seniors back then to prepare studying for the new classes. I was that adamant in learning talaga.
Okay. And then on my end, I just can't help but think as if I was a first year again entering Silliman. I know that, especially in Silliman University, and recently over the years, we've gotten more freshies alongside the campus by the sea. So I know how exciting it is to be able to roam around in our very, very big campus. I mean, it's so easy to get lost samot na if it's your first time in Silliman. Kung kabalo ba mo kung asa ang PBA, announce di ay na siya. In a level, and I think one of the driving forces for everybody karon is to really welcome our freshies this school year, and I mean also make certain that we have a good start to this very long year ahead.
Of course, because they say that it's always the beginning that gives the impression, right? Exactly. And let's talk about now you guys as our president and vice president of the student government. It seems that there's a lot in your plate in terms of making such impression to our freshies and of course our continuing students. So let's talk about your preparations as student government officers when it comes to the opening of classes. Usually in Silliman, friends, we have the so-called genesis, which means to start or to begin or to forge new pathways. So let's ask from our officers here from the student government, what are your plans for this year's genesis?
Yes, and I think we're all aware naman that because of the on-shift of our calendar schedule, usually there's more time that's given to everyone, to our teachers, faculty, and staff and students, and here as well as SUSG. But this school year, we're starting the first week back again with Genesis. And we'd like to reveal our theme for this school year. It's always the start of something, right? And for Tim and I, and for all of you freshies, this is the start of your Sillimanian chapter. So it's really a storybook. It's a narrative of a new beginning for our journey in Silliman. Now for Genesis, it's gonna start at August 14 and it will end on August 18. And we're going to be having, it's a really a fun-packed week with various events held in CBA grounds. So we're gonna be opening our booths on August 14, the first day of classes. We're situated again by the CBA grounds by the Langheim Road.
Yeah, along Langheim Road.
And then we have our 23 different executive committees setting up their tents and their booths there. And then alongside that, we'll also be having our One Big Tuyok.
Yes, so we have actually been in contact with the Silliman University Corps of Campus Ambassadors, and they're very much willing to do One Big Tuyaks for our freshies because I think...
Are you guys both part of the Campus Amba?
Yes, we're also part of that organization. And we're very, very much happy that our president, Jed, was able to really accommodate also our request. Although we are currently still ironing it out, you can expect in your own departments that you'll be allotted a schedule within the week, and then you'll be able to tour, especially for the first timers in Silliman. Our campus ambassadors will welcome you.
Let's go back to the 14th, no? Happening this August 14th. There will be booths at the CBA grounds. And what's happening in these booths, guys?
So this is the first time our students will get to encounter the SUSG. So each of our executive committees, the 23 different ones, will be situated in those booths, and they have their own little mini events that once students pass by, they can get to know more. And we'll also be opening our executive committees for recruitment and application. So this is also a chance for our freshies and everyone to get to experience what it's like serving in the SUSG.
Nice, because of course, perhaps there are also interested students who wish to be part of the student government. It's a very good platform, guys, for them to sign up. So usually, when it comes to Genesis, like student government officers hold this foam party or street party. Are we having similar sort this year?
We don't want to spoil the surprise, but you can expect something of the sort coming along the ways, especially nearing Hibalag. So there's something up our sleeves for that. So at least you get a little preview that something's happening soon.
And our executive committees as well, sir, are working tirelessly, extra hard,
Yes.
going above and beyond to make certain that this year is gonna be something big for our Sillimanians.
Wow, that's so exciting, guys. And of course, you have to stay tuned for the update, especially on the Facebook page of the student government. And usually, in the opening of classes, you have the Genesis. Student government would always have this kind of themes. Like, I don't know if you also have some theme for this year when it comes to the Genesis.
Yes, as we mentioned earlier, it was going to be about a storybook. So it's
storybook.
really a start of a new chapter.
Okay. So when it comes to a new chapter, guys, what do you think is your advice to all Sillimanians, especially those, let's start first with the freshies. If you could give a piece of advice to them when it comes to starting a new chapter here in Silliman, what would be that piece of advice? Perhaps Tim can begin.
I think for the freshies, it's okay to be scared.
Okay.
Because, this school, it's really big. With 60 plus hectares school, it can be very overwhelming. Things can be very different.
Yeah.
Especially for those people who are not really used to the kind of environment that Dumaguete has to offer. So yeah, if you're scared of what's coming next, then embrace the fear and take it with an open heart.
Ayun.
And banking on what Tim said, if there is fear, there's always going to be a sense of comfort. I hope that despite whatever fears you may have, you'll come to realize that Silliman is really a comforting university. Other than just the campus itself, it's so easy to walk around and find peace there. You'll realize the people around you, especially our teachers, especially also your fellow students, they're going to be there to guide you, so you won't ever be alone.
Okay. Diba, I'm reading a book right now, and there's this line that fear invites evolution. Right?
Wow.
So that could be an opportunity for you guys to evolve here and perhaps find a bigger piece of yourself here in Silliman. That's for our freshies. How about those who are continuing students, just like you guys? What would be that piece of advice?
So it's another year always, right? And maybe to some, it's going to be your second year, third year, or fourth year. But regardless, we hope that you still come to continue to love our Silliman and continue giving a piece of yourself and finding yourself in Silliman. I think one of the things we also want to focus is really improving the circumstances of different individuals. So along the year, we'll be there to guide you guys as well, especially when it comes to stronger policies to make certain some of the issues and concerns that are pressing can be addressed or being given another solution to.
And for me, I think, and banking onto what Enrica said, it's always good that we have an open mind in finding solace in our school.
Yeah.
Finding comfort in the people that you're with. And if ever that you're still finding that kind of solace and comfort, then that's okay. Because in Silliman University, along the way, along with your journey here, you will eventually find that comfort.
All right, that's good because of course there are kind of mixed emotions, no, from those who are starting, those who are continuing, and even of course to those who are on their final year here in the campus. So let's go back to Genesis. So you have an opening happening that's on the 14th, and then you have series of activities. What else can we expect on the Genesis that you can share to us?
All right. How about on August 17?
Yeah, so one of the main highlights of Genesis is our new event that we call Paglayag Freshie Walk.
Paglayag.
Freshie
Is this like a Bisaya?
Yes, it's a Bisaya
Paglayag.
Tagalog
Paglayag,
word to
like
set
setting
sail.
sail.
Ayun, setting sail.
It's basically an event for our freshies because for some context here in Silliman, we do have what we call our Seniors Day, wherein we commemorate our seniors as they depart on a new adventure, right? So for our freshies, I think it's important as well that we give them the proper avenue for them to be celebrated
For the start
of their new chapter here in Silliman University. So with the Freshie Walk, it's going to be a memorable event for them. For them to, really be welcomed here in our campus by the sea.
Ayan. Guys, I find it like it comes into full circle now when you leave the campus through this. That's just a very brilliant idea. Good job there. What else can you spill to us?
We also on August 13 actually, so we'll go back
So
to
Paglayag, that's happening on the 17th.
Yes.
That's Thursday.
Then we'll go back like the first day, the day before first day of classes. Actually, we've also coordinated with the SU Church to really have our hibala Talag, or actually my apologies, Genesis kickoff. So this will be a church service at the SU Church in collaboration, the SUSG and the SU Church Chaplaincy, to really welcome our dormers as well and to start it off with, you know, our values as Sillimanians, as one of our, being the oldest Christ-centered institutions in the Philippines, we really wanted to make that big start with the SU Church.
Ayan. So, ang daming ganap, no, for the
Yes.
Genesis Week.
Dami talaga.
We hope, friends, that you will be checking their Facebook page, the Silliman University Facebook page, and keep posted with the events that they are, of course, sponsoring, spearheading, and leading. And, of course, no, all of these are for you guys. So, don't miss these activities. I'm sure they will be fun, exciting, and memorable. Friends, we're just going to pause for a short break. When we come back, let's talk about the Hibalag season. Because Hibalag season is on. What are the plans of the student government? All of that and more when #Silliman returns. Welcome back, and you're still watching #Silliman. Daghang salamat for staying with us. We're still joined by Enrica and Tim. So, Enrica, earlier we talked about the Genesis, and of course, Tim also mentioned about Paglayag. And of course, this August, we also have the Founders Day celebration. And one of the highlights of it is the Hibalag Booth Festival, right? So, but before we go to the details of this, what is the most favorite part of these officers during the Founders Day celebration? Because some would say it's the Parada Sillimaniana, some would say it's the Hibalag, some would say it's the Hibalag Fling. So, how about you guys? What do you think is your favorite?
I think my favorite will be the rest after. Just kidding. I think ako yung staple whenever I go to Hibalag are the concessionaries and getting to eat the food at a more close level. Kaya doon jud kaayo siya. So, I think muna akong favorite kay murag mo jud akong first freshie experience na I walk around the booths and then afterwards kay I get to choose what food I'm gonna try and then sa mga pakulo sa mga organizations and Silliman.
Nice. Yeah. For me naman, I really like visiting to the booths, like
there.
enjoying the booth, especially since in Mascom we do have our open mic, and sometimes when you give a Mascomista a mic, it can be loud. Super loud. So the last time, imagine when we had the open mic, we almost had a different concert in the Mascom booth already. I think, yeah, that's one of my favorite thing, and going around the booth as well and enjoying what the student organizations prepare for the students as well.
All right. Since you've mentioned already about the booths, the Hibalag, and of course the experiences, let's go into detail. So let's talk about the timeline of the Hibalag Festival. When is it starting, and what are the activities during the official start of Hibalag?
First, we'd really like to say and give a very, very big thank you and again, really support COMSO, the Committee on Student Organizations, because they've been really hard at work in making certain that Hibalag really is the Hibalag that comes together for us Sillimanians. So the first day of Hibalag starts on August 19 as per tradition, and I think it's a Saturday this 2023, and it will end on August 29. So Hibalag opening will also be on August 19 for the opening of it, and then as well as the Parade of Lights, and to be followed by, of course, our all-university acquaintance party on August 19.
And apart from that, sir, we also have a lot of events in stored for the students. And one of them is Miss Silliman.
Ayun.
Yes, our
Miss
very own Miss
Silliman.
Silliman.
If we have time, I will ask you Miss Silliman questions.
Oh my goodness. Be a words back na level.
But yeah, we have Miss Silliman. Do we also have Mr. Hibalag?
Yes,
Yes,
we
we
also
do
have
have
Mr.
Mr.
Hibalag.
Hibalag.
And also another event that we're really hard at work is Silly Musica, which is on
that
its
new?
That is actually on its third installment. I think if
Silly,
you're
how do you call that?
Silly
Silly
Musica.
Musica.
Silly Musica.
Yes, if you're familiar with the August 2019 Hibalag where Ben and Ben came to Dumaguete City, came into Silliman.
Are they coming back this year?
Unfortunately, kay wala. Pero I think somebody new is coming to Silliman University. So at least we can welcome back our Silly Musica experience for our students, alumni, and even a little bit of the Dumaguete residents.
Yes.
And going back to Miss Silliman, actually, I think that is also one of our highlights, right?
True.
It's the longest running school-based pageant in Asia. And there's so much in store as well. The Miss Silliman committee has been already in contact, and I think we already have secured a final list of candidates of how many participants will be joining Miss Silliman this year. And we can't wait to see everybody come together for that.
Yeah. So, there are a lot of ganaps din, no, for the Hibalag season. So, this year, because I believe in the previous, because for the protocol reasons, we have to, just limit the people going in. So how about this year? Are we open to the public? Are there still protocols? And do you still have this mechanisms present? Perhaps you can inform and share that to our televiewers.
Okay, so with great heart, we're so happy to say that finally we're back to normal. It's open to the public. Full capacity, just like pre-pandemic. And apart from that, in terms of the health protocol, our health committee from the student government are working hand in hand with COMSO in creating the guidelines. And one of the main thing that they're gonna impose is the wearing of masks.
Okay.
Yeah. For the most part, that's gonna be it.
Upon coordination as well with the Founders Day Committee, it was since again the health protocols have been slightly lifted. It's not as tight as it was last year.
Yeah.
We are only going to be focusing mostly on masks, but again, we don't want to be complacent. We want to make
Right.
certain we still remind everybody to not only bring their masks but still have alcohol to utilize all throughout, because I'm certain you'll be touching a lot of different things, interacting with different people, and it is still congested during Hibalag. But at least we get to experience that we can have more people in our Hibalag grounds, not just limited to us Sillimanians.
All right. So, I understand that you want to keep this as a surprise, not to our students, but in a very general description, can you share to us what are the kind of activities that our students can expect in the Hibalag booth in terms of perhaps like every nighttime? I'm sure you have lined up so many activities. Sort of very generally, can you just share to us?
Yes, of course. So to give everybody an idea again, the events that are happening all throughout from August 19 to 29, they're being hosted and organized by our organizations in Silliman. So actually, the SUSG Executive Committee, we have just very few events that will happen on Hibalag grounds, but we do want to highlight the staple events that our organizations are working so hard to do. So one of them is Silliman Idol, which we get to experience and see who the next best singer is, the next idol is. That, of course, is here in Silliman. We also have different events by our social civic organizations, like what we mentioned, Mr. Hibalag. And for Ang Sandigan, we also have Raya, which is Rock Against Youth Apathy, another Battle of the Bands concert procedure. Then there's also Killer Karaoke, which is mura siyang event sa Showtime before na manganta og karaoke, and then naa sila either snake around their neck,
Oh my
while
God.
magkanta, na ay
okay.
spider silang kamot, mga inana.
That's
sa
going to
Killer-
be fun.
Yes, and actually I think naapoy la an event called Actually, which
Actually?
is there is a set of directors that
Alright.
will be directing participants to act on stage. But the catch is that lahi-lahi gyud siya. So pwede mo ingon ang director na muhila ka sa stage pero
Alright.
kakanta ka. So in ato mag-acting
Yeah.
sila based sa heart sa director.
Yeah.
But again, we give all of these credit to our organizations. Lahi-lahi yun na siya na event per org. And we're also just as excited as all of you to get to see all of that. Kaya na po yung ibang events na we're not yet certain what they have in mind or what the
Yes.
orgs have in mind. So we're with you on that.
All right. Let's talk about our waste management during the Hibalag, because I just want to emphasize this because, of course, not only the people of Dumaguete will be coming to the Hibalag booth, but even from outside, no? And we are inviting, of course, you guys to join us, but I think it's also important to mention how we can how do you call this one? Observe this proper waste management. So, on your end, guys, what have been the preparations, and perhaps you want to remind our students, friends, and alumni who will be going to the booth?
Yes, and we recently also just met with the Buildings and Grounds regarding this, and I think it's a very collective, again, effort from all of the individuals here in Silliman University about our Waste Watch. So specifically in the Environment Committee of the SUSG, we have our Waste Watch, which are groups of volunteers from all around Silliman, all around students of Silliman will be making certain that proper waste segregation is
Right.
happening, and also that the policy, the environmental policy in Silliman is being followed. On top of that, this year it's a little bit stricter as well because we want to make certain we're really aligned with the
Yes.
values of the university. And for our concessionaries that are coming in, we're really going to be briefing them prior to their stationing on Hibalag grounds to make certain that all the materials they're using are under and acceptable for our environmental policy.
Yes, because that's very important, no, and hopefully, no, we will just abide and obey, and of course, at the same time, enjoy, because after all, this is for us, for the whole Silliman community. Now, of course, the Hibalag booth and the Hibalag festival, it has been there through the years. As SUSG officers, the president and vice president, what kind of impression would you like to leave to all the Sillimanians this year? Aside from the fun, the Silliman experience, what else? Is there anything that, kumbaga, some sort of legacy or some sort of a Hibalag experience version 2023 for our community?
Well, for this year, I think the thing that we want to instill to our Sillimanians is that there is a sense of familyhood in Silliman University. That it's not about,
Kung sa kabongga
how
event.
bongga the event is. It's about how you were able to experience it with the people around you,
That's nice.
how you were able to enjoy it despite it not being as bongacious as you expect, like, full-blown na kanang mga concert jud.
With all the parties.
Yeah, with all the
crowd.
parties.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice.
And I just want to bank on what Tim said because I think as you go through your Silliman journey, diba? Like, yun imong experience as a fresh year, the first time you experience Hibalag. And then pagkaabot sa imuhang third year when you're at your last stretch in Silliman, you have a very different look na on Hibalag. I think a big part of what we want to just remind or maybe share to Sillimanians that this year we want to just rekindle that emotion and that feeling of what it's like to be in a family, what it's like to be in this university that fosters really not just school or being academic, but rather really fostering the values of being there for one another. And seeing how it's really almost back to what it was pre-pandemic where people are building their booths, collaboration good na siya, students na ang gamake silang booths. Ma-feel na yun na ko ang Hibalag spirit. And I'll be honest to say that over the past years, kay medyo nawala ang Hibalag spirit kay again, dili man ta nagkita tungod sa online na setup. Limitations. But despite that limitations, we found our way out of it in our own in our own different manner. And at least karon we can feel that spirit all throughout Hibalag this year.
All right. Daghang kayong salamat for that sharing. I think that goes to show the kind of community we want to build here in the university, no? Not only in terms of the fun, the loudness, or how grand our preparations are. It's really that sense of community, the coming together of people for, of course, identifying ourselves as part of that family, right? So we are running out of time, Tim and Enrica. How I wish we still have the time to talk about more about the Hibalag preparation. So please invite our televiewers to perhaps be part of some events, or are you recruiting people? And of course, please plug your platform so that they can also follow.
Yes, so first and foremost, we really want to invite you to our staple Miss Silliman pageant that will be happening August 18, August 21, and August 26 for the coronation night. But of course, you guys can just stay tuned and stay posted on Miss Silliman's Facebook page for that. And also Sillimusika, which will be happening on August 23 in Hibalag grounds. And also follow our socials at
the SUSG, and like us on Facebook at the Silliman University Student Government.
All right. So right now, just a final question. Okay, before we say goodbye to our televiewers, Tim and Enrica, if there's this prayer for this Hibalag season, what would be your short prayer? Tim?
For me, my short prayer is I hope everyone is healthy.
Okay.
Because health is wealth, considering as well that it's gonna be rainy season, so everyone is healthy. And of course, I also pray that it's gonna be successful.
Amen.
Because our students really work so hard for the events this school year.
And for my prayer is that dili kaayo mo ulan, regardless. I think Hibalag is known to be a rainy season, but I really hope in my heart that the weather isn't as bad as it may come to be. And my second prayer, if naaba, is that we all foster a loving experience to everybody organizing it. I know now we always have standards to reach, and I just hope that ma-experience rapod na this is really about us just coming together as one Silliman, and also to share that Silliman experience to everybody in Dumaguete City.
All right. I'm sure God will answer, and He hears our prayer right now. And of course, we just wish nothing but the best to all the organizers, the time, the date, the event, and all the other circumstances around it. Thank you very much, and congratulations.
Thank you,
Tim and Enrica, you're
Thank
doing
you.
a great job, guys. Believe me. And of course, to our televiewers and our followers on Facebook, we pray that you will be, of course, joining us every Monday night in excellent state of health. And we also pray that you continue to support our Facebook page, our YouTube channel, and of course, continue believing that everything that you are undergoing right now, any challenge, lilipas din yan.
Yes.
Right? Lilipas din yan. So thank you very much, guys. Once again, thank you, Tim and Enrica. And shout out to all our student government officers, to COMSO and all the executive committees, to all our organizations, and of course, to all our viewers tonight. See you next week, guys. Happy 122nd birthday, Silliman University. To God be the glory. Hey there, Sillimanians and friends of Silliman around the world. Daghang salamat for joining another episode of #Silliman. And of course, don't forget to follow our Facebook page. It's called #Silliman. And of course, our YouTube channel, it's called #Silliman. Don't forget to click the notification bell for you to be updated with our recent posts. See you there. And of course, we're every Monday night, that's 8 p.m. on Channel 6 Film Products, Dumaguete Incorporated. And our replays air every Tuesday before the noontime news and Saturday after the noontime news. On behalf of Ronelyn, Faith, Vailoces-No, balik na. This has been Joshua Soldivillo. Kita-kits next week only here on #Silliman. Bye, guys!